ask, has it ever happened, just for all the hopefuls out there, that someone sent you something that wasn't what you explicitly are looking for, wasn't what you represent, and they convinced you through their pitch to at least take a look, if not sign them? Like, is there an adult fantasy out there that could be just so amazing? They're like, well, I don't represent this, but this one time, this is the most amazing adult fantasy ever.
I mean, not something that it's like I specifically don't represent that and then someone has convinced me. There have definitely been things that I didn't say, like I didn't know I was looking for and they grabbed my attention. But they've always been within the genres that I represent. Because the thing is that part of the reason why you want an agent that does represent your genre is that that's where I have connections to editors. So, you know, I represent YA and middle grade. The children's editors know me. When my pitches come into their inbox, they're like, oh, Patricia, I don't know the editors who are buying adult sci-fi. So I'm going to get you not as far in that genre as an agent who knows those editors. And I just never want to be in a position where I feel like I am doing an author a disservice.
Gotcha. So I mean, you're past your 5 years, you're making a living off of your work as an agent. How actively are you seeking clients at this point?
I am definitely looking. I said I was closed for a while. And usually if I'm not actually open to finding new people, I close, because I don't think it's really fair for authors to be spending their time sending in queries if I'm genuinely not open to signing new clients. I just signed a new client who came in through the query manager / 2 weeks ago. Just like she'd never been published before, YA author. So yeah, I'm looking. I do have a relatively small list. I have about 25 clients, and I look to add, I would say, maybe like no more than 5 people a year, because I'm trying to keep my list small. Some years I only sign 1. Usually it's like 2, 3. So I am looking for the right person. I'm like not looking for a million of the right person, like I think that I would say I'm mid-career, so I'm less actively building than someone who's like 2 years in and still has a wide open list, and I'm more actively building than someone, like my bosses, who's 15 years in and has a very full list. I'm in the middle, but looking selectively.
But unlike the person who's 2 years in and actively looking for what they can find, you've got more experience, you've got better relationships within houses, and you've been at this for a minute. You know where to match an author with a good deal, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is always my like pitch to authors when I do offer them representation is, I think I'm at a good point for authors where I have time to work very closely with them, and I'm extremely hands-on, and I'm very editorial, I'm really involved, really fast responder, but also I'm not at that stage where you're like trying to make the first pancake. The thing about like sometimes when you're making pancakes and you do the first one on the griddle and it's like a little weird because it isn't like quite warmed up yet. Sometimes I think like that's my hesitation with a brand new agent, like who hasn't sold anything. Like you don't want to be that agent's first pancake. Does that make sense? That was a very convoluted metaphor.
I've not heard that one before. That 100% makes sense. All right.